All right, thank you for the opportunity and time. Greetings to our lecturer and fellow classmates. We are from group C4, and today we would like to present our work, which is Speech Act in Public Sign. But before that, let me introduce our group members. Starting from me, my name is Galuh Dewani with student number 080. And then there's Siti Nazira with student number 078, Putu Eda Wikanda with student number 086, Diorani Dinahari with student number 090, and Kadek Maritya Suari with student number 096. For the first material will be presented by my friend.
Okay, we start from the introduction. So public signs are ubiquitous in modern society, serving as essential tools for communication in various environments, such as streets, parks, buildings, and transportation system. This paper aims to explore the various types of illusionary acts found in public sign and analyze how effectively these signs perform their intended function.
Okay, so the next one is the problem of the study. The first problem is what type of speech act does the public sign belong to? And the second problem is what are the classifications of the public signs?
All right, so next I would like to talk about the theory. So in our paper, we apply two theories. So it's from Austin and Yule. So first I would like to talk about Austin. So according to Austin 1962, a speech act involves performing action through the act of speaking. Linguists have categorized speech act into different types, but Austin outlined three levels of action beyond merely uttering words. So first is locutionary acts, and then the second one is illocutionary acts, and lastly is perlocutionary acts. So locutionary acts is a speech that involves simply uttering the performatives. So this act divided into three sub-acts: the phatic acts, which involve producing merged noises or sound, and then the phonetic act, which involves producing sound that are recognizable as a word within a specific vocabulary and grammar. And then lastly is rhetoric act, which involves using words to convey meanings with sense and references. Locutionary acts also can be used to unite people and address challenges. And then the second one is illocutionary acts. So this speech act involves the speaker to perform an utterance representation. For instance, by uttering a performative, the speaker can perform illocutionary acts such as making promise, requesting, and etc. An illocutionary act can urge people to come together. And then lastly is perlocutionary acts. So this speech act involves the speaker eliciting a specific response or effect from the listener. For instance, through their performative, the speaker may aim to convince, persuade, or delight the listener. And then the next material will be presented by my.
Okay, for the next story according to Joel, 1996, about classification speech act. For the first one is declaration. So declaration or speech act that alter the world through their utterance. Declaration change the world with words encompassing acts such as approving, betting, blessing, christening, confirming, cursing, and so on. Number two is representative. So representative are speech act where the speaker convey what they believe to be true. This category includes statements, assertion, conclusion, and description reflecting the speaker belief about the word. Number three is expressive. So expressive are speech acts that convey the speaker feelings. They express psychological states such as pleasure, pain, likes, dislike, joy, or sorrow. Expressive make word fit the speaker's feeling. Number four is directive. So directive are speech acts used by the speaker to get someone else to do something. They express the speaker's desire through comments, order, requests, and suggestion, which can be positive or negative. And then the last one, number five, is commissive. Commissive are speech acts that commit the speaker to future action, stating their intention. This category includes promises, threats, refusals, and pledges, which the speaker can carry out alone as part of a group. I think that's all about the theory. For the data will be presented by my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, I will explain about the data that are used in this paper. The first is about the data source. The data source that are used in this study is the utterance contained in public sign, then from various places such as sidewalks, parks, beaches, and others. Data 1 was found on the basement wall in Seminyak Village, and data 2 was also obtained in Seminyak Village on the side wall, and data 3 was collected from Putih Tengah Beach, and data 4 was found on the roadside in Gianyar, and data 5 was collected in ITDC Nusa Dua near the park. Next is about the data collecting. The data in this research was collected through direct observation and visual documentation using a phone camera to capture images of public sign. Images are taken at certain locations that have been selected based on certain criteria, such as being frequently visited by the general public and having signs that are relevant to this research. The next is the data analysis. When collecting the necessary data and choosing the selected data, the writers conduct a descriptive qualitative analysis on the identified example of speech act that is found in the public site. The collected data was analyzed based on the theories that answered the research question. The analysis is guided by Yule's theory in his book Pragmatic Speech Act Classifications, which explained about classification of speech acts. The next part will be explained by my friend.
All right, next I would like to explain about the first data. So we found this data on the basement wall in Seminyak Village. So this public sign found on in a basement wall in Seminyak Village serve as a crucial advisory and warning tool, utilizing a directive illustrationary act to ensure safety. The bilingual message hati-hati in Indonesian and be careful in English function as an imperative, directing readers to proceed with caution due to slippery conditions. This imperative form creates a sense of urgency and authority, effectively influencing behavior. This inclusion of both languages addresses the linguistic diversity of the area, making the warning accessible to locals and international visitors alike. Positioned in a potentially hazardous location prone to water accumulation, the sign's placement ensures it reaches its intended audience at a critical moment, enhancing its relevance and effectiveness. By blending local cultural norms with an understanding of the tourist demographic, the sign maximizes its impact, promoting safety and awareness through a clear and direct approach. I think that's all from data 1. The next one will be presented by my friend.
All right, the next one is data 2. This public sign was located on the sidewalk near Seminyak Village. The sign was placed to inform drivers that parking is prohibited in the area. This sign can be considered an illocutionary act. Illocutionary acts are performed via the communicative intention behind the utterance. Here, the intention is to prohibit or discourage people from parking their vehicles in this specific spot, which aligns with the function of an illocutionary act. This public sign is also considered a directive speech act. Directive speech acts are used to get the listener to do something. In this case, the sign instructs people not to park their vehicles. The text "No parking here" clearly indicates the prohibition. The use of this directive ensures that the area remains clear of parked vehicles, maintaining order and accessibility on the sidewalk. Next slide.
Okay, so for the data number 3, this public sign was found beside the entrance gate at Putih Tengah Beach and served as a crucial advisory and warning tool, utilizing a directive illocutionary act to ensure safety. The bilingual message perhatian in Indonesia and not just in English is imperative, directing readers to be cautious and informing them about the beach condition if they intend to swim. This imperative form creates a sense of urgency and authority, effectively influencing behavior, including both languages, address the linguistic diversity of the area, making the warning accessible to both local and international visitors. Positioned at the entrance gate, a critical point where the beachgoers decide whether to proceed, the sign placement ensures it reaches its intended audience effectively. For the next data will be presented by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, the next one. So this is from Jalan Campuhan Batu Bulan, Kecamatan Sukawati, Kabupaten Gianyar, and the sign was placed beside the river near the bridge. So the sentence dilarang membuang sampah di sekitar areal ini translate into it is prohibited to throw rubbish around this area. This public sign has an illocutionary act. The sign is instructing or commanding people not to throw rubbish in the area, thereby promoting cleanliness and adherence to rules. The word dilarang explicitly communicates a prohibition. It indicates that a specific action, in this case throwing rubbish, is not allowed. I think that's from me. The next material will be presented by my friend.
For the data 5, this public sign was located in ITDC in Satwa. This sign was placed above the hand washing station near the park, and this sign can be considered an illocutionary act. Illocutionary acts are performed via the communicative intention behind the utterance. Here, the intention is to instruct or encourage people to wash their hands at this designated spot, which align with the function of illocutionary act. This public sign is also considered as a directive speech act. Directive speech act are used to get the listeners to do something, and in this case, the sign instruct people to wash their hands. The text hand wash spot and tempat cuci tangan, which means hand washing spot in Indonesia, clearly indicate the purpose of the location. The image show a sequence of hand washing steps, reinforcing the directive to wash hands.
All right. For the conclusion, public signs primarily use directive speech acts to guide, warn, and instruct the public. They are crucial for conveying essential information and maintaining order in public spaces. The study highlights the importance of clear and effective signs and suggests exploring different speech acts, and visual elements in various settings. Okay, I think that's all of our material for today. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.